What is good, beautiful people? Of course, you know who I is, the good doc, Dr. Mike, back again, once again, with another classic, well-needed video. I believe this video is probably going to be one of the best videos that I will ever shoot, simply because I often get asked the question, Doc, how much money do I need to bring on a vacation to the Philippines? If I'm staying for 2 weeks, if I'm staying for 1 month, how much money do you think will work for me? And I love the question, and today I'm able to tackle it in a way in which I'm coming from it from a tourist perspective. All right, so I appreciate the question. You guys ask this often, and I'm gonna make sure I deliver today. So today's video, we're gonna title it Philippine Expat Cost of Living in Manila, the Tourist Edition. All right, and the reason that I'm going to title it the Tourist Edition, yes, I live in the Philippines. Yes, I lived in the Philippines for a long time, but Davao City is home. Anytime I come to Manila, I am nothing more than a tourist than anybody else. So I'm able to tackle this topic from the perspective of a tourist, spending my time in Manila over the last month here in the Philippines. So without further ado, I'm gonna run some numbers by you, and I'm gonna give you guys an understanding on why these numbers are the way that they are and how it might fluctuate between you, me, and probably somebody else who is going to be on vacation. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get to it. We already know, guys, the major expense you're likely gonna come across, the major expenses that you're likely gonna come across is finding a place for you to stay. No matter isa, accommodations, room accommodations. I ended up paying, over a month period, I ended up paying $550. I'm giving you this number in dollars already because when I booked it, I did book through AirBNB, with the exception of the first place. I use booking.com, not a plug or anything like that, but if you guys want to check out my Airbnb link, that should be listed in the link in the description area below. Doc is very fond of Airbnbs. And ironically, a lot of people are saying, damn, Mike, in 1 month you spent $550 on a place to stay? Yeah, I did. And if you guys notice, I changed the locations at least 3 times. All right, the first place, I stayed 1 night only at the Red Doors. You guys remember that. That was when I first touched down. The second place, I stayed in Zen Towers. They're in the Ermita Malate area. You guys remember that. And right now, as we speak, I'm here in Quezon City in the Saint Mesa area, okay? And the reason why I change location so often is because of 2 things. Number 1, I'm very fond of changing my environment. Yes, I could get in a taxi and go to this place or go to that place and do all of this, do all of that. We'll get to transportation in a minute. But because I'm fond of changing locations and getting into new areas and seeing what's going on in the areas, I just switch where I live. And ironically, every place that I switched to got cheaper over time. The first place, the Red Doors, I told you guys I paid $22 a night. The second place, I may not have mentioned it in the video, but I ended up paying like $20 a night. And this place right here, I bet you probably wouldn't believe me if I told you, but I'm only paying $15 a night to rent out this Airbnb. Yes, of course, there is other charges like cleaning services, etc., but it's not a lot to break the bank. Maybe $29 here, maybe $20 there. So you might pay an additional 40 bucks, and that's a stretch. I can't remember what it was exactly. I have to go look at my Airbnb receipt for it, but that's what you can expect to spend. And because I changed my location 3 times, that's the reason why my numbers seem a little bit higher than most. Now, many of you guys can stay in a hotel for 1 month. Doc doesn't find that to be too comfortable because staying in hotels, I can't really, it's nice, but for some reason, I'm fond of my views, people. I'm fond of this shit right here. I like this. I like that. Doc doesn't get that in hotel rooms. So for me, I book Airbnb. Of course, you gotta go there and things like that. Okay, so like I said, $550 for my accommodations, all together. So all 3 different places that I stayed, that's what you got. And of course, anything mentioned in this video was specifically for Manila only. All right, so moving on to transportation. Now, transportation for me and transportation for you are probably going to be different. And the reason why I say this is because a lot of you guys, when you're tourists, you want to go around. You want to go to this place, you want to go to that place, you want to go to that place. For some reason, I find myself, when I'm situated in an area, my travel distance or proximity is very limited. So I'm not traveling too far, which is not gonna cost me a lot of money. So my travel expenses since being in the Philippines here in Manila, 2,500 pesos. Again, that'll be equivalent to about 50 bucks. Now, of course, you guys know I use Grab when I'm here. I don't use normal taxis unless they are absolutely the only thing that I can use. I used the yellow taxi when I touched down. I said it was because Grab was not working, but I need to clarify that. Grab works 24 hours, but the application on my phone needed to be updated and I did not have internet access. So instead of me waiting in the airport to get internet access, do this, that, and the other at like 12 in the morning, I said, let me just get in this yellow taxi, go to my place, and then update my Grab app later. All right, so I ended up paying 2,500. Now again, you guys might be traveling to other areas. You might be going around and wanting to do the tourist thing. You know, I want to go see the parks. I want to go here, there, and everywhere. But for me, when I settle in a location, my traveling is not as, not as, fast, or I'm not really moving around a lot. I like my area, I stick around it. Like I said, I got my malls, anything nearby that I need to be near, I make sure that it is close by or in close proximity when I'm booking through Airbnb or my hotels or whatever it may be. I saw some hotels on the way here that are distances from malls, and I'm like, man, that's not for me. So make sure you know your location when you're booking places to stay. That way you're not spending too much money on taxis and doing this, that, and the other, because it's very rare that you're gonna come across somebody that's gonna be able to show you the local transportation unless you're with somebody, of course your significant other, that will definitely dwindle down the cost of travel while in the Philippines. All right, so moving on to the food. You know, Doc likes to eat. All right, so over my month period of time here in Manila, the amount of money that I spent on food was a dramatic 4,500 pesos, which is equivalent to $90. Again, we're working on a 50 peso to a dollar conversion rate. I want to make sure I note that. I only spent so far $90, 90, less than 100 bucks in a month on food. Now, for some god awful reason, don't ask me why I'm doing this. I don't even know why I'm mentioning it, but I want to put it in the video. When I come to the Philippines, I don't eat a lot. Like, I'll wake up, I'll chill for a minute, have some snacks and shit. But as far as meals, full-blown meals, I usually only eat one time a day. I'll get one big power meal about 2 to 3 o'clock in the evening. 2 or 3 o'clock in the early afternoon. I'll eat it. It'll cover me for a while. I might get a little hungry about 7 or 8-ish, and then I just grab my merienda, a snack or something, just to cover me through the evening and go to bed. Literally, that's how it goes. You know, something to cover me while I'm trying to sleep, all right? Going out every night and partying is not feasible for your average, and it's not feasible for myself. So when I say I go to bed early in the Philippines, sometimes that is actually accurate. I do go to bed sometimes a little early. Maybe on the weekends it's a little bit different, but you know, as you live here, you'll understand that going out every night is not feasible. It's not always as fun one night as it is on the other night. Going to the same places gets boring, so you're gonna have to chalk up, you know, being able to find other locations. But, you know, for me, I do go to bed early because at the end of the day, I get my activities in the daytime. Like right now, it's about 6 in the morning. So yeah, I get up early, I get my shit done so I can chill in the evening. You know, Doc still gotta work. I still do my little sideline stuff. So, you know, I definitely make sure I get time for that. So again, not traveling very much when I'm settling in a location. And of course, my food intake is limited. Yeah, I'm still a big guy, but that's just the way it is. That's my genetics, ladies and gentlemen. All right, moving on to load. Gotta load your phone. I mean, there's no way of getting around it. You buy your SIM card for about 40 pesos, maybe a little bit less. Get your SIM card. And for me, I only loaded my phone one time this whole entire month. I put 1,000 pesos on there. That's $20. 20 bucks. All right? $20 US to load my phone for the whole month. And I didn't even consume it all. I still got about 300, maybe, yeah, about 300, 350 pesos left on my phone. I find my load, what do you call them? The promos. You find your promos online. You can go to smart.com.ph. Look up promo codes. Do that same for Globe, Sun, whatever SIM card you have. Look up your promo codes. It'll help you save money, you know, and stuff like that. If you like to call, look for promo codes for calling. Always important. I don't call a lot. I'll text, but calling I don't really do. So if I got internet, I use Viber, you know, so it's not really costing me very much. Then I went to the movies, guys. I want to throw that in there. I did go to the movies. It cost me 500 pesos. I watched 2 different movies since I've been here in the Philippines. You know, they're okay. I don't really want to mention the movies that I watched. It's neither here nor there. But yeah, then we get into the nitty-gritty of it all. The one thing that probably caused the most of the daily activities outside of finding my accommodation. I'm just gonna refer to it as the extras fun because it encompasses everything. I went to Manila Ocean Park. You guys saw the video on that. You know, I got massages, bought some shit. You know, I did a lot of things, you know, while I'm here. So while I'm on vacation, I'm tricking out a little bit here and there, having my time and having my fun. I'm treating myself well. Again, this is the reason why it's called the tourist edition. If I was in Davao City, these numbers would be severely diminished. I would probably spend less than half of what you guys are hearing in this video. But again, I'll do the total at the end of the video, okay? So I spent a total of 10,580 pesos, which is equivalent at the rate of 50 of $211.60. So in 1 month I spent $200. Now again, if you're the type that needs to buy your pasalubongs for your friends and, you know, gifts and stuff like that, yeah, gifts are cheap, but ultimately it's gonna, you know, it's gonna run you a little bit here and there. Your prices are gonna fluctuate depending on your lifestyle. Remember that. Prices, especially in Manila, because Manila's fucking expensive for me. Pardon my language, I'm trying not to curse, but Manila's very, very expensive for me. I don't like it all the time. Matter of fact, I don't like it very much at all. I deal with it and I'm enjoying myself here, but Davao's home to me. That's where the heart is. So I can't wait to get back. But that's neither here nor there. You know, if you don't know your way around through the FX and all of that stuff, it's expensive, okay? But again, the extra activities you choose to partake in, everything that you do in Manila, multiply that by 2. You understand? Like if you're in a provincial area and you come to Manila, everything that you do in that provincial area, multiply that by 2, and the same thing in the same call, and damn it, I'm getting it. Multiply that by 2, and that's how much it costs for you to do the exact same activity in a place like Manila. Manila's the city, ladies and gentlemen, so you can expect to spend more. All right, that's the reason why I mentioned that. All right, I don't want this video to drag out too long, but let's see. Let's run through the numbers one more time. Accommodations, $550. Travel, $50. Food, $90. Extras, $211.60. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in there. Load, $20. And the movies, $10, for a grand total of, I don't have a drum roll, but $931.60. So when us individuals are online telling you guys, oh, you should probably plan to bring about 1,000, maybe 1,500, this is the reason why we say that. I'm spending this and I'm really doing the tourist shit. I'm not going around as much through taxis and stuff like that, but I'm going to see areas. I'm going to do things. I'm going to do what a typical tourist would do when in Manila. I'm going to the ocean parks. I'm going to check out the parks, and if they're worth recording, I record. And most of the stuff that I've seen in Manila, it's not really worth to put on the camera all the time, so that's why I may have some content that may just be normal as opposed to doing the typical tourist things, but I have been doing that since I've been back. So again, everything depends on your lifestyle. I say $1,000 can get you comfortable, and like I said, could get you comfortable in the Philippines, even in Manila. And again, we're talking about the capital city where things are probably as expensive as they're probably gonna get for you in the Philippines, okay? That's why I chose to do this video for Manila. Specifically for Manila, because Manila is about as expensive as it's gonna get. As you travel to your provincial areas, as you travel to your areas outside of the Metro Manila area, your Antipolos, your Rizals, your Baguios, your Legazpis, your Davao cities, your Cebu cities, your whatever it is that you're going to, you're gonna come across things that are definitely a little bit cheaper, even though they are the same activity. All right? Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this video. I don't want it to be too long. I think we're running at about almost 14 and a half, almost 15 minutes. So I just wanted to give you guys that quick video. This is the typical tourist edition, Davao's home. So in Manila, I'm nothing more than a tourist, just like you. All right? So with that being said, the good doc thinks he's touched on everything. If you guys have anything you want to add, leave it down in the comment below. Make sure you give this video a like. Make sure you check out the ebooks. Especially, Dr. Mikethepiguide's Quick Guide for First Timers to the Philippines. I think that book could give you a general synopsis of what you can expect. Again, it's general. You'll be able to paint the story yourself and the experience yourselves as you experience the Philippines throughout your own life and through your own lenses. All right? So with that being said, the good doc is officially out. At least nakopa alam, which means I'm going now. Yeah, that sun's getting me. Bye-bye. As always, love you guys. Mahal kita. Mabuhay. Peace.